very warm welcome to Bury Farm in Buckinghamshire. And some of British Showjumping's leading riders have been very busy here this week. It's one of the first big indoor shows of the winter season.
Certainly is, and sees some big names competing here, having qualified from 2 qualifiers to come forward to the Jeep All-Stars Grand Prix. Big money and going to be competitive all the way.
Well, earlier this evening we caught up with some of tonight's leading riders. So Mark, where does this show sit for you in your season?
Well, it's the first real big indoor show of the winter, so it's really nice to get a big crowd, and it's going to be a good start to get ready for January and February when we've got a few bigger shows coming up.
And tell me about the 2 horses you're riding today.
We got Tinker's Tail, which is an 8-year-old homebred. He's had a really good summer, winning trials, and he's been placed in the stairways. And then we got another 8-year-old, which is Unbelievable Eddie. So he's just stepping up to this level, so it'll be interesting to see what he does, but fingers crossed he'll go well.
Trevor, this show, where does it sit in your season? How important is this competition?
Yeah, this is a massive national show here in England. It's quite local to me. I live less than an hour away, and I think the whole crew at Bury Farm do a fantastic job, so it's penciled right in there for me. There's so many good people here. I mean, you know, it's a lot of money, 3,000 to the winner. But I mean, I probably couldn't look away from Philip Miller, who's there. I just did a demonstration with him, and he seems he's on good form with the gob anyway. So hopefully he's not on as good form on the horse.
Contenders from your point of view, we've seen you tonight with Trevor Breen in the demo. The 2 of you tonight to battle it out.
We're always battling out, but he always keeps coming out on top. So, but at the moment, Kerry Brennan, she's flying. Then Ben, my stable lad, he's won the first night. You know, there's Damien Charles, there's so many of them now, they're all wanting it.
Billy, you've got 2 in this. Tell me about your horses.
Yeah, I've got Diaghilev and I'd call him Duke. They both bring some decent form here. They were both good at Horse of the Year show 2 weeks ago, so hopefully I'll have a bit of luck this evening.
You've got another interest in the class, though, beyond the 2 that you're riding.
Yeah, I have Beth Vernon's riding Aminco, which is a horse of mine. It's a fairly inexperienced horse. Beth's quite a young girl, but she's capable and the horse is capable, so hopefully they'll also go well this evening.
So 28 riders have qualified for tonight's big class. It's over 2 rounds with the second round against the clock. So come on, Steve, then, who's your money on?
Well, it's going to be a really interesting field. Robert Whittaker opening up as the first of 2 rides for him to go in the first third of the competition. Billy Toomey with 2 as well. He goes early on. And Kerry Brennan, one of the first of the qualifiers, is in that first 10. A little further down the field, Trevor Breen, as he's also one you put your money on at the moment. Went very well at the Horse of the Year show. Tracy Priest, quick one we've seen from her this week already in qualifying. And then further down, Ben Walker, name that many don't quite know, but was winner of the first of the qualifiers on day 1. And Billy Toomey comes late on with a second ride. So there's lots of names there in the mix.
There's some of the big names in the class, but I'm going to pick a couple that might maybe have come in under the radar. Mark Edwards, he's got 2 in this class. He's always been very competitive, especially in the big county shows this summer. And also, let's not forget, 15-year-old Emily Ward. She can't be ruled out either. The course is all set. The riders are checking it out. They're walking the course. It looks big atmosphere as well.
It certainly is, and they've brought a course designer in Alan Wade, all the way from Ireland. I say that, but he does build all over the world, just back from the United States, Canada. He's tested the very, very best, and here he's going to be testing them once again. Back inside, back with the fences coming up very, very quickly indeed, and it's an absolute cauldron of an atmosphere in here.
Well, the action is going to be getting underway shortly, so let's hand up to our commentators.
Ali, thanks a million. Thank you, Steve. And it's a packed crowd here at Bury Farm, all ready for the Jeep All-Stars Grand Prix final. Corin, what a night, what a competition.
Yeah, this should be a fantastic competition. We've got some great horses and riders in this class, and we start off with one of them.
Yeah, Rob Whittaker, riding a horse normally ridden by his elder sister Louise, Santos II.
Yeah, once again, Louise has produced a fantastic horse for her brother to ride. Of course, she's renowned for that. She produces horses for brother Robert and obviously Dad as well.
So we're looking for the clears to going through to the jump off against the clock for £3,000 to the winner on Saturday night.
And this is a horse with huge scope. I watched Louise ride this horse in the spring out in Spain on one of the tours. He can get a little bit headstrong, but of course indoors sometimes that helps these slightly bolder horses. They're heading for walls and that slows them up a bit. See Robert there just looking for his next fence. That's a big oxer off that corner with that water tray under it, coming up to the double. Oh, see the horse just look at that fence and try to jump it backwards. Robert's like, no, the butterflies.
That's a good way. Well done, Rob. And well inside that time of 71 seconds, so they have definitely booked their spot through to the Grand Prix jump-off. Rob Whittaker and Santos.
Yeah, that was a super round for Robert. And this horse wouldn't be that experienced at this level, but definitely a name to watch.
Mark Edwards, the young man from Wales who has had, as Ali said, a fantastic outdoor season. We heard from him earlier saying that this is the first major indoor show. And he has won at every county show he's been at.
He certainly has. He's been unbelievably consistent in the area trials, in the international stairway classes. But jumping indoors is a very, very, very different game. You know, the horse really can just take its eye off the fence, can look at another fence coming around the corner, as Robert Whittaker's horse showed. Mark's doing a really good job here. I think when he looks back at that, he'll think he was maybe a little bit quiet into that combination, not quite getting across that back bar. Very good there, though.
Yeah, sadly, that's 2 down now for Mark.
Mark said earlier this horse is only an 8-year-old, though. This would be a very tall order for an 8-year-old to come in here, having been on that outdoor season.
3 down, 12 faults. Mark Edwards and Tinker's Tail. So he's still got one more to go, but his night is done with Tinker's Tail. Coming through the combination, you said he was just a little bit quiet.
Just a little bit quiet going in, so then he left his horse a lot to do. You can see him just have a little push there, and the horse not quite make that back bar.
Roger McRae and the Oakingham Studs Whitrow. This would be a big ask for this combination, I think, Corin, but they've had some good results.
They've had some very good results. Roger had this horse on the Met Tour, the spring out in Spain in the spring, and I watched this horse sort of start with some 130 and then 140 classes, and actually end up jumping a very good rankings class out there. So Roger does a fantastic job for the Oakingham Stud. He's a great supporter with them. They've got some lovely young horses coming through, which of course Roger also produces for them. And I think him and this horse are more than capable of winning one of these Grand Prix one day.
It's not going to be tonight because we've already had one down.
You can see he's a really athletic little horse. Rides well on the flat, so Roger can get him where he wants him in the corners of the school. You can see Roger just pushed down to that double there. That distance was a little bit long for this horse down to that double, but it jumped it very well.
Yeah, he's ridden well. He's just had the one down, early fence. Doesn't want another one.
Oh.
So it is 2 down, but he'll take a lot of confidence from that.
And I think sometimes with these less experienced horses, they get towards the end of a round, you know, they lose a little bit of concentration. That's a difficult line there.
So here was the first.
Yeah, the horse didn't quite come into the corner there, but again, could be just running away from the crowd slightly.
So now Kerry Brennan, who has had a wonderful season with Mumley Ann Smith's Wellington M, won the Gold League to qualify to the Horse of the Year show, jumped brilliantly at the Horse of the Year show. Now, can this little pocket rocket give us another clear?
You would not believe how small he is when you stand next to him. He's tiny.
But this is a horse in a lifetime, isn't it?
This is a partnership. Kerry's produced this horse herself. She's a very competent rider. He knows every move she's going to make. She knows every move he's going to make. And this is where you really see someone that's produced their own horse come to the fore. They know each other so well.
Won a very good speed class here, last night at Bury Farm. Winner of a £1,000 speed class, so...
Yeah, and she won the under-23 Olympia qualifier last week as well on him. So she is on form, and he's jumping a cracking round here.
2 to go. Lovely round. Really good time as well.
And look at him, he loves it. Look at him. He likes being a show jumper, this horse.
That was a great round. Well done, Kerry. those are the clears that we've got. Kerry Brennan and Rob Whittaker. And then we've got Roger McRae, Damien Charles, both on 8, Mark Edwards on 12, and Lauren Edwards on 16. Join us for more after the break.
Well, welcome back to the Bury Farm Jeep All-Stars. Well, the course is really causing one or two problems. It's all playing out here. The course designer is Ireland's Alan Wade. Alan, delighted to see you here over at Bury Farm making the trip. We've seen poles falling all over, but we've seen a couple of clears already. Tell us about the test.
I hope I'm trying to make it a balanced, fair test. It's been over 3 days. We started small and we've built it up to this. And as of the moment, every fence except number 1 has faltered. So there's no one area, it's just whatever suits your horse.
You've seen the rides already. I mean, Rob Whittaker's round to start off with was a flying round from that point of view. Who stood out for you?
Well, he made it look very easy and he rode all the distances correct, and you'd have to think that it would have been a lot of players, but little mistakes in indoors you can cause you to have poles down.
Well, I mean, in here, in this arena, I mean, it's a big arena for indoors, but the poles still come up very, very quickly.
Well, we're with 10-foot poles, and we have 18 mil cups, so we're basically using international material at a national show, and I've built an international type course, so you're bound to get results.
Well, as we were listening to the wise words of Alan Wade there, just seen Lucinda Turner complete her round with 9, and Joe Davison. Good horse that they've had this year with Venute II, but they don't make it through. Now it is the man from Hertfordshire, Philip Miller. Young horse this, the Brendan Studs Sussex Caratina. And this horse, another of the superstars from the Brendan Stud, the 5-year-old champion, 6-year-old champion and a 7-year-old champion, and now very much aiming to the big style.
Yeah, horse fantastically produced by Louise Pavitt, and you can see Philip's taken the ride on this. They suit each other. He's already got a great partnership with this horse. This would be a big test for this horse again.
Ooh,
Philip. You could see there, she just went a little bit high. That you can't blame a young horse for that. Philip there focusing on the fence round the corner. This is a big oxer off the corner. See Philip with a little bit of leg on there.
Oh, Philip. Ah, oh, my word. Ow. But they're both on their feet. And the horse is fine, and Philip seems fine, so that's good. Whoa. Big deep breath.
Yeah, big deep breath.
Pushed off the oxer, Corin,
Yeah,
and
she
then-
did.
Yeah.
She didn't quite make the distance up to the double, and I think Philip knew when she went so high over the water tray that he really had to ride forward up there. She tried to jump the back bar of that oxer and didn't quite get there, and the pole just stopped her dead in her tracks.
So bad luck, Philip. Good to see that they're okay. Now Billy Toomey. Diaghilev. A horse that was produced by Anna Edwards and is now being ridden to great effect by Billy Toomey. Former world number 3, now very much back on the climb with some super horses and one of the most stylish jockeys in world show jumping, Billy.
He certainly is. This horse always looked a superstar, right from when Anna had it as a young horse. Remember seeing him as a 5-coming 6-year-old and thinking he would be one of the best that Anna ever had. And now, of course, ridden by Billy. He's jumped some fantastic rounds in Nations Cups for Ireland this year on this horse.
Yes, he has.
But this would be one of this horse's first rounds indoors this year, and it's a big difference coming from the wide open spaces of the outdoor arena into the confines of an indoor school. You can see the horse made the distance brilliantly up to the first oxer and then just ran out of a little bit of room coming out of that double. That's a very difficult line Alan's built them there.
So just the one down there for Billy Toomey. Will that score be good enough to make it through to the jump off, the second round against the clock? We'll have to wait and see, because it's top 5 or all the clears going through to the second round. Billy has to wait and see, but he's got another ride. Now, Corin, let's have a look.
Oh, I think he was a bit unlucky there. Horse just left that right toe.
Now another young lady who's had another tremendous season with Will Andrew E. Abby Birchmore-Eames.
This is Billy to his friends.
This is Billy to his friends.
And Billy is quite an amazing horse because Billy has jumped indoors successfully, outdoors successfully. He has jumped the under-21 championships twice. And then Abby let her little sister, who's 12, ride him with the children on horses. And Billy was quite happy to pop round that with her as well.
Well, he's quite happy to pop round this now.
He is a fabulous horse.
Yeah.
Abby's very fond of him. Again, a rider that's produced her own horse.
Oh.
Abby, you just needed to sit up a little bit there.
So she doesn't want another one. So the one down, last part of the combination, the treble combination, 63-63, fair time. So Abby looks and she says, will that be good enough to make it through? We'll have to wait and see now.
Really jumps the middle part, and she just needed to be a little bit slower with her body, so the horse sat back off the vertical coming out.
Now Trevor Breen, we heard from him earlier, the man who won the Hickstead Derby, won a big rankings class at the Horse of the Year show and the 7-year-old championship. And this a horse that has won a young horse championship 2 years ago at the Horse of the Year show. Old Town KC.
Yeah, and was placed very well in the speed class this year at Hoys, and also in the international classes at the Royal International Horse Show this year. But again, very different environment. It was interesting because he had one fence down, then he looked like he lost a little bit of concentration, which might be why he had the second fence down. See Trevor getting right into the corner of the arena there, and that's really where the ability to ride your horse correctly on the flat comes in, because if you can't get into the corners of those schools with a horse that isn't very well schooled on the flat, it just puts you at a disadvantage. And that's where Trevor is so brilliant. His horses are so well schooled on the flat.
I love to watch the Breen brothers ride. Oh, Trev, well sat. Don't think they'll do enough to make it through. I'd like there for Trevor Breen and Old Town KC, but that is very much a horse for the future. There's no doubt in my mind that that'll be jumping Nations Cup and winning Grand Prix.
Yeah, the horse just attacked the planks a little bit there. I think Trevor would have expected him to sit up, but he just jumped a little bit forward.
Now this combination, he's produced this horse since it was a 3-year-old, and now jumping in their first ever Grand Prix. Andrew Millen, Millfield Bologna.
He's done a wonderful job with this horse. It was very, very weak as a young horse and needed a lot of time to grow into itself. And Andrew never rushed it. If it needed 6 months, he gave it 6 months. And it's great to see him at this level.
Certainly is. Judith Witham has been a tremendous owner for Andrew for as long as I can remember. Rode that really well.
And this horse is really settled. He went to the Horse of the Year show and he was very tense when he got into the Horse of the Year show in the Talent Seekers final, and now he looks like he's just, oh yeah, I understand. Oh. Didn't quite get down that distance there, Andrew. Just left himself a lot to do at the Oxer.
2 to go. Will he make it into the top rankings? Leaves the last. So now we look at the clock. It's a good time, 66.43. Now he has to wait and see. Bad luck there for Andrew Millen, but a really good ride.
Yeah, very good. You can see Andrew, he knows 2 strides away. He's a long way off that Oxer. And to be fair to the horse, he really tried to jump it and did jump it in front, just caught it with a back toe.
So now here's a lady that you know an awful lot about, Corin, Yasmin Davis, Sylvester II.
Well, yes, Yasmin was lucky enough to be selected on the International Experience Programme, which is a newly funded programme by Sport England to identify riders who maybe need a little bit of help to go that next level to jump at international standard. And she came to Bonheiden with Matt Lanny and myself in September in Belgium and jumped 2 fantastic rounds out there in the rankings class in the Grand Prix. And I think it's just really given her the confidence with this horse to let it run and jump.
Certainly jumping.
She's always been a talented mare, but she's always been a little bit tricky, and Yasmin has always tried to sort of, whoa, let me help you. And actually what she's doing here is riding her forward and letting her come and jump the jumps. See how easily she got up the distance. She needs to get her hat sorted out there, Nick. It's wobbling about a bit.
Wobbling all over the shop. Come on, Yasmin. Can this be the 3rd clear? Oh, great round. And that's what your training does, Corin. Yours and Matt Lanny's and the Sport England advancement programme. And that was a really good round.
Yeah, we started off with 28 riders at Wales in the West earlier this year and took them down to 8 and took the 5 riders away with us.
So there are the 3 clears, and those are the ones that are hanging on in there with 3 on 4 and 2 on 8 in the Jeep All-Stars Grand Prix final. Join us for more after the break. Welcome back to Bury Farm, here in Buckinghamshire for the Jeep All-Stars Grand Prix final. And it's building nicely. It really is building nicely. 3 clears definitely through to the 2nd round. And then the ones that are hanging on in there are Abby Birchmore Eames and Andrew Millen. Billy Toomey, he's still got 1 more to go. John Crippen, local Mander here, and Roger McRae. Tracy Priest made the trip up from Surrey with a horse that has had a tremendous season, Millfield Ultimate. Now, Tracy.
Lovely big model of a horse that Tracy's produced herself right from being a young horse, as she does successfully time after time after time.
Oh, Trace. Now they are hanging on by a fingernail, those planks, and they can't come down before she's finished the course, otherwise it's the little narrow one has. So now she's got to push on a bit.
Tracy would be very clear in her mind what she's in this Grand Prix for. Having had a fence down, I would imagine she'll give this horse a really good ride home. Look at the scope of it, the way it came up that line. It made that distance up there look very, very easy.
Out and out jumper.
You really could see this horse jump in a very big Nations Cup.
Yes, you could. Now. Oh, the last goes. So now how costly is that going to be? And look at the time. So it looks to me like that won't make it through to the 2nd round.
And he just came off the floor a little bit unevenly there. That was a shame. It was a very good round there.
Youngest in the field joins us, Emily Ward, Montserrat Serra's Elite K, 15 years of age and competing with the best.
She doesn't just compete with them, she beats them. She's a very, very talented rider, Emily, and she's maturing into a stylish rider.
I'll never forget when she won the Young Riders Championship of Great Britain at Olympia, age 13.
Yes, and that's an under-23 class. That's the world-class under-23 programme class. And she just went in and showed them all how to do it, really.
Yeah.
But, of course, a prolific pony rider as well. You know, she's been key to pony championship teams, children on horses championship teams.
Really pushed there. You could see her coming off the corner, couldn't you?
I mean, she did the right thing. She had to get to the Oxer, and then once you get down there, you can just get a little bit flat jumping into that double. And the horse really needs to think about how it comes out.
Last goes down as well. What's the time? 70.91. I'm not so sure that 8 faults is good enough at the moment. Bad luck there for Emily.
So So she got the oxer jumped with a little rub, but then the momentum of the horse was taking it too forward to jump out of the double.
And we've seen that last fence come down a number of times, Corin. I wonder what it is. It's coming off the corner, it's a big track, and I think the horses are just switching off, aren't they?
I think you have to ride the line. I think the line is very important. You know, it's a very difficult line. We'll see how Beth gets on with it, but you jump the butterfly fence and you must ride wide enough to get yourself a good distance to the last.
Beth Vernon and Aminco N.
And former pony European gold medalist,
medalist.
now riding for Billy Toomey.
Yep. Doesn't get better than that.
She's very, very competent, Beth. She's an extremely good rider. Very focused and very serious about what she does. She's doing a very, very good job round here.
I was just about to say, you know, Billy started his riding career with Michael Whitaker. Billy has had Anthony Condon, Beth Vernon in his yard helping them, and that experience certainly has paid there.
Certainly has. That was a very, very solid round from Beth there.
Really good round, so that's 4 clears. It is the Grand Prix here at Bury Farm. Well done to Beth Vernon. So Billy will be pleased with that one. Now Lauren Edwards, Calcutt Falkland, another lady who's had a tremendous season and went to the Horse of the Year show through the wildcard qualifying system and jumped brilliantly there.
And Lauren is actually a Children on Horses European gold medalist, and it's lovely sitting watching these riders in this senior Grand Prix that have come through that system. Beth with her pony gold medal, Lauren with her Children on Horses gold medal, Emily with ponies and Children on Horses. It just shows what that sort of grounding can do for them. And Lauren's got a great riding position with this horse. You can see her upper body nice and tall. She did very well to come out of that combination.
Sits quiet as well.
Yep.
Lovely through the double.
Yeah, very good. And you need a horse with a good stride up that line so that you can get to the oxer and not be jumping in long and flat.
This is as good a round as we've seen. Let's hope that we can leave the last. Great shot. That's a very, very impressive round. The crowd liked it, and you can understand why. That's as good a round as we've seen all night.
It certainly was. She got that horse in a beautiful rhythm to start with. That's exactly how Alan Way builds these courses. You get in a good rhythm. If you stay in a good rhythm, you'll meet the fences in the right place.
Ben Walker and Victory the 6th. Diane Penny Cornish's Victory the 6th. Stable jockey to Philip Miller.
And what a season Ben's had. Ben's really worked his way up through the ranks. Ben started off as a show jumping groom for one of the young riders that used to come on the teams, and he was a very, very good groom, and then went from there on to riding for Philip. And he's just gone from strength to strength, especially with this horse. And again, jumped that very, very well. And what a fantastic opportunity. Again, we have to give credit, you know, to Penny Cornish. She's so good at giving these younger riders an opportunity.
Yeah, she is. Come on, Ben. Oh, we're watching the youth really challenge for this Grand Prix, aren't we? Big smile there. And that is a very good round. They didn't touch a pole the whole way round.
Yeah, that was an excellent round from Ben. He'll be absolutely delighted with that. That might cheer Philip up a bit after his previous dismount.
2 to go. Billy Toomey back for his second ride. Ardcolam Duke. Grand Prix winner at Kiso, the International in Bedfordshire this year. Billy heading off to the World Cup show in Lyon next week. So he'll be using this as very much a tuning for the first of his World Cup campaigns. And he'll also be wanting to win it.
Yeah, he certainly will. He's a fierce competitor, Billy. And this is a very solid round from this horse. Again, Billy right into that corner. That's how you jump this line. You've got to get into the corner, have a good shot at that oxer to get you up the distance to this double.
2 to go.
See how he rides this last line. Jump the butterflies, stay out a little bit, make the horse wait a little. And the last, excellent.
2 through for the Toomey stable. Billy with one, Beth Vernon with the other. You're watching the best show jumping on national sport here, there's no doubt about that. Well done to Billy Toomey. Cool as a cucumber. So the last to go. Damien Charles, Andy Rothery's Midsummer Night's Dream. Another partnership that have had a tremendous outdoor season. Now they're indoors. Now they're off to the Grand Prix here at Bury Farm, but also to the premier shows that are literally week in, week out from now onwards.
Yeah, they are. And Damien.
Still there, Corin.
Yeah, it's still there. And Damien's a very competent rider, though. Damien was a very successful Nations Cup rider when he had a top string of horses, and is now rebuilding his string.
Yep.
He thinks an awful lot of this horse. Again, hasn't rushed it, produced it slowly.
And another that has used the Stairways and the County Show series to produce the horses.
Very much so. I think it's a very healthy series that we've got outdoors in this country.
So we're going to get another clear. Oh, Damien.
Oh, that was a little rub there. Come on, Damien.
Well done. Well done, Mr. Damien Charles and Andy Rothery's Midsummer Night's Dream. So that's definitely through. Well done. Damien Charles gives us the 8th clear, and this is building really well. The Jeep All-Stars Grand Prix here at Bury Farm. Ali Rao is going to give us the details for the jump-off.
So that's it, first round done and dusted, and we've got 8 riders clear and through to the second round. Robert Whittaker made it look really easy. First in the ring on Xantos the second, he was clear, and he'll be joined by Kerry Brennan, Yasmin Davis, Beth Vernon, Lauren Edwards, Ben Walker, who's in great form this week. He won one of the qualifiers. Billy Toomey, he has 2 through. He rode Ard Column Duke, and he also owns Beth Vernon's horse, Amico N. And finally, we've got Damien Charles. That makes our 8 through to the jump-off. They're just altering the course now. Don't go away, it's all to play.
Welcome back to Bury Farm, and this is the jump-off time against the clock in the Jeep All-Stars final. 8 clears, and the slowest of the rounds from the first round, Damien Charles, will go first, and then the best round, the quickest round that we saw, was Ben Walker and Victory of the Sixth, Di Cornish's Victory of the Sixth. They're going last in the second round. So, Corin, it's all to play for. It's £3,000. The crowd have loved the first round, and now they're going to see its foot to the floor time.
£3,000 first prize in a national class is a lot of money, and off goes Damien. Let's have a look and see what he can do.
Andy Rothery's Midsummer Night's Dream.
Now, as we said earlier, this is a young horse at this level. They've already jumped number 1 backwards, and this is number 3 backwards. And the horse just like losing a little bit of concentration. A little twist in the jump there didn't help him. First 2 parts of the combination, and he's not rushing this horse, Nick. No.
And probably sensible. He knows what's coming behind him. He's had an early fence down, and there's always tomorrow, and that is the beauty about producing a horse. You can't rush them.
And that's quite tight inside those wings there. And again, the horse just showed a little bit of greenness
A more
there.
experienced horse would.
Yeah, more experienced horse would cope with that.
Yeah.
And then very often when you have one down, they'll have another one down because they just lose that little bit of concentration.
So 12, 49.90 there for Damien Charles and Midsummer Night's Dream.
And Damien just needs to focus on what a good round this horse jumped at to start with.
Beth Vernon. Stable jockey to Billy Toomey. Amin Cohen.
Now this horse has got a very big jump and a very big stride, and Beth is very competitive. You can see her just let the horse run and jump up there to that vertical. Round the corner here, first two parts of that combination. Oh, Beth! Oh, stay on. Well sat, that girl.
Well, you didn't see that coming, Corin.
No, she was just a bit deep going in. She was a little bit deep. You can see by the shape the horse jumps. And then
Really?
that one
Yeah.
stride in the middle didn't quite get her to that oxer. That's a big oxer coming out of there now. And then she's just come back there. A little bit better stride in, but the horse just again lost a bit of concentration. Spooking at the flowers. Again, this horse has just lost his concentration. He's lost a little bit of confidence there. And Beth just needs now to settle him and just get him home on a good round.
Bring him home. Big pat down the side.
Yeah.
And tomorrow is definitely another day.
I think what this highlights, she jumped a very, very good first round, but what this highlights is they're not machines. You know, they do think for themselves, and you can make one little mistake and it can just really rattle them. You see Beth come in here. Yeah, maybe just, oh yeah, a little bit deep going in there. Actually, that was the second time she went to it. You can just see the horse just not jumping as well.
Lauren Edwards, foot perfect round in the first. And her own Calcut Falkland. The Widdowson's very good horse.
She's got this horse in a super rhythm again, the same as she did in the first round. Good girl. Looking for a fence round the turn. That's a little bit tighter than she had in the first round. Let the horse come on the 7 strides up here. Ooh. Inside the wings to the...
Teddy.
It's a hard fence
It
to
is a
jump
difficult-
inside those wings.
And it's tiny as well.
Yeah.
They've got no line to it, have they? 45, 53, so that's the first one home with a decent score, but there will be better. Lauren Edwards and Calcut Falkland.
I think she did the right thing coming inside, and the horse jumped the fence in front and then just didn't finish the jump behind because of the angle.
Oh my word.
Billy.
The favourite goes out in the first. Now he's got to push on. 45.53 was Lauren Edwards' time.
Yeah, well, he's not hanging around, that's for sure. You just wouldn't expect a horse to have the first fence down. I think probably Billy's as shocked as anybody.
He's quicker. 45.53. And he leaves all the fences up.
Inside the wing there.
And this is the way to do it.
Yeah.
Look at that.
He just dared the horse off the corner at
Brilliant.
it. He jumped it very well.
Unbelievable. The first fence, the smallest fence on the course, goes down. But he still goes into the lead. Still, what, 4 left to go?
4 left to go, but what do they do now, Nick?
They jump a double clear.
Well, I mean, a clear round. We haven't had one yet.
Such a stylish round in the first round.
So, Robert, a clear round, but you've got Kerry and Ben, Yasmin after you.
Well, he's not hanging about. Oh, this horse can jump, can't
It can jump. It's got so much scope. He's given him a little bit more room there. You just saw the horse just grab hold a little of the bridle there down this line. Robert's saying, come here.
2 to go. Oh, it's gone.
Robert just didn't quite have what he wanted off that corner.
And the last. That last fence is going to be costly because he would have gone into third. Still in third, but with 2 fences down and 3 left to go. how costly will that last fence be?
Robert tried to help the horse off the floor there. He just ran him a little bit close and shot him round the corner.
Yasmin Davis, Sylvester II, biggest national Grand Prix that they've ever jumped in, Corin. Could this be a night of fairy tales?
Well, I don't know that Yasmin will go as fast as Robert did and as fast as Billy did. And you have to say the mare's jumping. Oof, tried over that. And Yasmin just gave her a little kick when she landed and said, come on, get across those back bars. Yep, she's given her a bit of room there. 7 strides down there. What's she going to do here?
Where's she going to go? She's gone round. Okay.
And she's jumped it.
1 left to go. Is this a double clear? And it is. Brilliant. Fabulous. She can't believe it.
No, she won't be smiling because she won't believe it.
She just can't believe it. What have I just done? So she's in the lead.
But that was a very sensible round.
But
Kerry's a real...
here we go. Kerry Brennan, Leanne Smith's Wellington M.
Look at him, he's a proper little jumper, isn't he?
Oh, it's a superstar.
Oh, Kerry. Well, she can certainly beat Yasmin's time, that's for sure.
Well, she's up on the clock
Just
already.
got to leave the fences up.
Yasmin's time, remind ourselves, of 49.94.
She's gone 6 down there. And she's come
And she's
inside.
inside.
Oh!
So where's she going to go? It's a good shot. She's going to go into, what, 3rd place, I think? Yes, just in behind Billy Toomey. What a pity, Corin. The
Do you know
time
what?
was fabulous.
I think she rode that absolutely brilliantly. She did not deserve that at all. He doesn't make many mistakes like that.
So the last to go. Ben Walker, Di Cornish's victory the 6th.
It would not be beyond Ben to win this
It
either.
wouldn't be. Oh.
Just letting him come up here. Good turn back here. Oh, he's had a little rub there. He's living a bit dangerously here, Nick.
He's living more than dangerously.
Now, is
The
he gonna
clock
go
is fine.
6 or 7? No, he's gone forward. Now then.
He doesn't need to worry about the time.
I wonder if he realised
Yeah.
how quick he was. I don't think he realised how quick he was.
So the second last goes down there for Ben. And they finish in 4th, but what a win. What a win for Yasmin Davis and Sylvester. That is just
Absolutely
fabulous.
brilliant. Brilliant. Very, very pleased. You can just see Ben here. Come here, Victor. Wait for me. And again, just a little bit strong and deep when he got to that vertical.
Well, there it is. There it is. The Jeep All-Stars Grand Prix winner is Yasmin Davis with the sole double clear, Sylvester II. What a fairy tale. What a night for this lady from Dorset. Tremendous. To beat the best in the world.
Well, Yasmin, you're getting all the slashes put on. Well done.
Thank you. I can't believe it. She jumped so good for me tonight.
And all week she's jumped well.
Yeah, she has. I hooked her yesterday to the last, but it was my fault.
What are your hopes coming into today's competition, or the week generally?
Just to get around, really. To know, I never expected to win anyway.
Is this your biggest ever win?
Yeah.
Well, I'm delighted to be joined by a very proud mum and a very successful trainer in Matt Lanny. But Alison Davis first. Yasmin winning today. This is a huge one for her.
A huge win. It's something that she's dreamed of. She's been up through the ponies and we've had the horses and she's worked for this really hard. She's really wanted this.
Well, all week she's been in very good form here at Bury Farm, hasn't she, from that point of view?
Yeah, she has. The mare's jumped her socks off this week. Really good in every class, and she's been placed in 2 classes and then saved herself for the big win tonight, which is fantastic.
Lots of celebrating. Lots of celebrating to come. Matt Lanny, from your point of view, trainer of Yasmin. I mean, did you expect this?
Yeah, she's very capable. First of all, I can't take any credit. It's all Yasmin. We, the British Showjumping, organised a programme to take people like Yasmin to their first international show, which happened in September. Since then, obviously, it's made a big difference to Yasmin. She's come on in strength, from strength to strength. And you know, I've only just helped her walk the course tonight and just gave her 1 or 2 tips. That all of it is really down to Yasmin's. She's good in that ring.
Absolutely, she's done a fantastic.
She's good in that ring.
Done a fantastic job this week. Thank you, Matt. Congratulations to Mum.
Thank you very much. I need to go and recover now, I think.
You can all go and celebrate with a glass of champagne. Congratulations to Yasmin as she finishes off as our winner of the Grand Prix.
There is the winner of the Jeep All-Stars Grand Prix, receiving a bottle of champagne. Well done to Yasmin Davis and to Sylvester II. Tremendous night and a tremendous win for this lady from Dorset. Big smile, so richly deserved.
Well, congratulations to Yasmin Davis. She's 20 years old, never represented GB, and beating some big stars tonight.
Absolutely a huge night for her. Wonderful crowd here at Bury Farm for the Jeep All-Stars. A great finale to the class, and you've seen the very best in action. Join us all very, very soon from here at Bury Farm. That's it. The New Series All-Stars, a win for Yasmin Davis.